and have to get a job. At some point, mom stops buying you the trainers and then you have to buy them yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? And so that's why we all need a career. We all need our ways to earn our living and make our mark on the world. And I have some lovely guests here today that are going to be here to talk to you about how to do so, okay? Because we need to know the different avenues that are available to us, especially in the time that we're living in now, where there has been career devastation for so much due to the pandemic that we're going through right now. It's best for us to have every avenue open to us that is available for us to get a career, okay? So our first speaker today is going to be Ray. That's my best pronunciation of his last name. I'll allow him to pronounce it himself. He is from the National Career Service, and he's going to be talking to us about what they do. Ray, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Ray does not have his camera on. I don't know why. He might be using Windows 97, and that's probably why there's no camera on it. But shout out to Ray, who's going to speak to us now about the National Career Service.
Okay. No, I think it's Windows 1066, actually. It's even earlier. But anyway, good afternoon, everybody, and good to speak to you this afternoon. And thank you for inviting me on here. Just a quick introduction there. We offer, as you can see on the screen, free, impartial information, advice and guidance to help you with your decisions about the future, basically. And as you can see, we are all qualified careers advisors as well. A little bit about my own background. I've been a careers advisor now for about 30 years, and I've worked in schools, colleges, also prisons. So I've got a very broad experience, and I also write books as well, careers books. So I'm quite a busy bloke, and hopefully I can answer all your questions this afternoon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, can we move on to the next slide if that's okay? Okay, well, there we are. It just tells you. I will say a little bit more about how you contact us for help and advice after this session. I'm going to talk for just about 5 minutes, folks, so there's not masses of information coming at you, and then I will be available for the next hour for any of your questions. All right, but I'm just going to give you an overall introduction to the various options that you have. Okay. Yeah, if we could move on to the next one.
That's backwards.
That's gone backwards, yeah. So
you've only got 2 slides, sir. There's only 2 slides we received.
Oh, is that all that came through? Okay, well, I'll have to talk off the cuff then. All right, so no problem. Guys, your career, we often think, when we say the word careers, we often think it's about the jobs that you do. And whilst your jobs are important, your career is a lot more than that, okay? Your career is really your whole pathway through life. So it is about the education that you have. It's about the skills that you develop through life, whether that's through working life or your own interests. Yes, it's about the jobs that you do. It's about the lifestyle that you lead, the interests that you hold, and so on. So you may not have realized this, but you are already in your career. You know, if you're 16, you've just completed your compulsory schooling and you'll be moving into some form of learning. You know, if you're slightly older, perhaps in your early 20s, then you might be considering, you know, going to university, returning to college in some way, perhaps doing some form of apprenticeship or getting a job. All right, so we're all in our careers. I'm still in my career now and I'm still learning. When you're choosing your career, there are a number of factors that you need to be thinking about. Okay, so firstly, you need to be very aware of yourself. You know, you probably are now at the stage where you're getting an understanding of what you're like as a person. You know, are you very competitive? Are you very driven? You might prefer to help and support people in some sort of way. All right. You need to think about how you learn best. You know, you may be someone who's a very practical, hands-on type of person, in which case maybe an apprenticeship or a more practical type of college course might suit you better. If you're someone who's very studious, you know, who likes studying, working on your own a lot, good at exams, then you may decide to take up things like A-levels, all right? What's available to you in your local area is an important factor as well. Okay, so for example, you know, you might want to do a particular type of course, but it may not be available to in your local area. So these are the sort of things that you need to be thinking about when you're deciding on your career or the jobs that you're going to do in the future. You do need to look very carefully at what they're all about. All right. So, for example, look at things like the earnings. You know, unless you marry somebody wealthy or win the lottery or inherit a lot of money, your lifestyle is going to be down to what you earn in working life. And therefore, it's very important to check out, if you're going into a particular job pathway, you know, what sort of earnings can I expect in the short term and longer term? What are the promotion prospects? Very important issue. Another factor to think about is, what sort of a person do I need to be to do this sort of job? All right. I've found this, that in my own working life, that if there's been a mismatch between my sort of personal qualities and the job that I've done, it just doesn't work. So you do need to look very carefully at the profile of a job. You know, what sort of qualities, what sort of skills do you need? And ask yourself, is that me? Could I do that? You also need to look at things like the qualifications and training that are involved. You know, are you likely to be able to get there? All right. Some types of careers, for example, if you wanted to go into a career like medicine, something like that, then your next step will be, you're going to have to do A levels, all right, and you're going to need to take at least 2 sciences, preferably subjects like chemistry and biology, all right, as among your A levels. If, on the other hand, you want to go into a more practical career, like you want to be a hairdresser, a beautician, a motor vehicle mechanic, a bricklayer, an office worker, a chef, and many others, then the apprenticeship route may suit you better. Do bear in mind that you can also do those sorts of things, you know, on a full-time basis at college as well. Okay. So there's lots of decisions that you need to think about, both at the age of 16 and beyond that. And hopefully I can answer any questions that you have got today to get you started on this process. Okay, I'll stop talking there. All right.
All right, thank you so much, Ray. And I think one of the key things that I took from what Ray said there was knowing yourself, and how knowing yourself can be very, very key to you choosing what career you choose to do. Like, I always knew I was funny, and no matter how many people told me I wasn't, I just believed that until I'm where I am today. I think knowing your strengths and your weaknesses are very important, because knowing the things that you aren't good at, just like Ray was saying, like I never went to uni, and that's simply because I knew that even though I'm academically smart enough to go uni, I didn't have the temperament to do essays. You get what I'm saying? I might have the temperament to work on doing a sketch all day, or a short film for a whole week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but I knew I wasn't good at sitting down to the writing and the dissertation of it all. And by analyzing and knowing my strengths and weaknesses, I was able to put myself in a position where I was better able to win. Right, now next speaker we have from Methods is Jane Fallon. Jane, are you there? It's your time. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, we can all hear you. Okay, all right. It's your time.
Cheers. I've got my timer on so I don't bore your audience. There were a couple of things we wanted to do. So I wanted to talk to you about careers in digital and technology, in anything to do with government and the public sector, and the sort of person that might appeal to. And then the firm that I'm working at now, we thought it might be nice for you to hear from one of our recent apprentices who's come on board, who maybe took a bit of a path like that, like we all do. So first of all, to talk about government, and by that I mean national government, local government, police, health, all the things that are public sector. Nowadays, quite rightly, we're all trying to use digital and technology a lot better in how we deliver our services to the public, to you. So how your nan sorts out a pension, how you might apply for your provisional license, how they managed to work out who might be shielding when COVID was going on and get help out to them, and volunteers and everything like that. We use a process called human-centered design to understand what the needs are of all these people that are involved. And then we try and use modern digital and technology to help deliver that. So in terms of your temperament that we were just talking about, if you're someone like me that gets pissed off when things don't work and when you're applying online and it all goes wrong, and you want to get in and be part of the teams that try and make it right, then this really might appeal to you. And the reason I'm really, really keen for more young people to come in, to make our server, we want the teams that are building this stuff to represent the people who use it. So we need people from a wide range of backgrounds, different ages, different cultures, different genders. We need to all be part of that team because that's the community that we serve. So there are lots of ways to get in. The other thing I would stress is you don't have to be particularly interested in digital and technology. If you are interested in people, if you are interested in learning about people and listening to people and making things better, then these might be some career options that you are interested in. And you can go in from apprenticeship from 16 plus up, depending when you want to make that leap from education into working. And as I've said, there's lots of things. So the National Career Service that Ray was just talking from, their digital work is done in an office in Coventry. So there's stuff happening in the West Midlands. There's loads happening with all of the local councils at the moment because COVID hasn't gone away, and we still need to support a lot of people through some quite difficult times ahead. So if you want to be part of that, if you want to be part of making that better, and that's not about making political decisions, but making services better, then this might be a career you want to look into. So I did it inside government for a good 18 years. And then I've recently moved to a company called Methods that does this on behalf of government sometimes since November. But there's lots going on in this space. So if you are interested in that stuff, I would urge you to consider getting involved because you've grown up with that digital and technology and you have the right expectations of what a service should look like, and how to do things quickly. And we need young people to be part of those teams. So if you are interested, I will try and find a list of how to get a list of some links of stuff you can look at. But please consider this in your range of options and don't worry about digital and technology. You don't have to be a technology person. You just have to be interested in people and making things better for them. And that's it from me. So I'll hand over to Jake. Thank you.
Hi guys. So the main reason why they wanted me to come here today is to kind of inspire you and show you that what's going on at the moment. It's not impossible to get a job, and I know it may seem like things may seem like it's impossible to get that job due to the coronavirus and everything, but honestly it's not, and I'll tell you why. So last year I left college and I wanted to go down. I didn't want to go down the traditional route in getting a university degree. I wanted to just do an apprenticeship and get straight into work. So I tried to do that, and unfortunately it didn't work. I was unemployed for 7 months, and it left me in that scary situation because I didn't know what to do with my life. So for 7 months I was quite worried, and then one day I was just like, I can't, as SideMan said earlier, I can't just live off your parents. So I went to the job centre to look for a part-time job whilst looking for an apprenticeship. And one day I stumbled upon this course which is going on right now. It's called DigiSheds, and it gets young people who want to do a digital career and train them up and find them these companies like Methods who are willing to take people and give them what they want. So I was with DigiSheds for a few months, and I was introduced to multiple companies, and I chose Methods. And here I am now talking to you about what these companies that you'll see in the future can do for you. So just don't give up, man. There's so many opportunities for you, and you just got to go and search for them.
Yeah.
I thought I was at this hurdle that I couldn't overcome, and you just got to find the right things that will help you get over that. So that's all I have to say, really. But yeah, just don't give up.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I think one of the points of why we're doing this today is because we don't want you to just stumble upon your career. We don't want that to be the case where you hit a place and it's like, I need something and I just go job center. We want you to broaden your mind as to what jobs are out there so you can actually know, oh, I would like to be somebody that develops technology, because we're using these apps every day. And that's why it's so important for us to be involved in the creating of them so that we can make them to the way that suits us. And sometimes we only think about the job that's sometimes flashy in the front, and we don't think about jobs that are so essential, because some of the people that have the most money in the world are the people that found the way to make things essential to it. Like, think about how much money the places that everybody buys sugar must make. You don't think about it. You don't think about the things that we use on an everyday basis. Somebody actually invented lines in the road. Somebody actually came up with that there should be like little lines in the road to demarcate lanes. And that person made a lot of money from doing that, even though it was just a very simple idea. So there's so many different ways and means of having a career that we just need to broaden our minds to these things. Right now, we're going to speak to our next speaker from Lend-Lease, which is Rita Patel Miller. Rita, are you there? Everybody's standing me up today. I can see Rita. She just needs to unmute her microphone. She's speaking into the voice.
Yeah.
Hi.
Could you put my slide up for me, please? Hello?
Yes, I believe they're going to do that for you now.
Yeah, thank you very much. So good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Rita Patel Miller, and I work for a company called Lend-Lease. So Lend-Lease are an Australian company, and we work across the United Kingdom here, delivering construction projects across the country. So there on the slide, you can see some fantastic projects that we've been involved in, because we are a global company as well. So we work across 4 continents, which includes the Americas, Europe, Asia, and Australia. And some of the projects there you can see, like the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Ground Zero in New York, Disneyland Paris, the Opera House in Sydney, and then Elephant and Castle in England here. Also, we were involved in the Olympics as well, developing the Aquatic Centre. And more importantly, in the West Midlands, we're currently building the Peribar Residential Village, or the residential scheme, which is a development creating over 1,400 new homes for people in Birmingham. So we've got a live project where you can take part. So my next slide, please, really showcases that construction isn't just about the jobs. There are, if you like, the wet trade jobs on site. We need the painters and decorators. We need people to actually do the hard construction, but equally there are lots and lots of jobs that are beyond that, for jobs for project managers, design managers, architects, people flying drones, would you believe? So we need people to fly drones to see progress on site. And also, as Jane mentioned, the digital careers, there's a lot of digital careers involved, because we now living in a digital world, and we've got to be able to respond to that through construction. So if you like, you know, playing gaming as well, things like that, and then there's something called building information modelling. So it's almost like Minecraft, if you like, where it's you know, where we're creating a visual of buildings and how they work, so that we can order parts and order products to make sure that they get there on time to build to the design of that building. So you know, it doesn't matter what kind of you know, background you come from. Construction is something that is for you. It's also, we're looking to diversify the sector, so we need to get better at having more women in the sector and more young people coming in the sector, because it is a sector that has an ageing workforce. So we need to make sure that we've got new people coming in. So as part of the Peribar residential scheme, we want to create 400 new jobs for the local area. We've already created 120, so we've got lots of more jobs to create yet. So you know, lots of opportunities. We're already on site at the minute, and we need to be ready. So the project will finish in 2022, and then Lend-Lease will move on to their next project as well, which will be Birmingham Smithfield. So that will be basically the regeneration of the whole of the area behind the Baldwin Market. So just wanted you to know that there's lots of opportunities. If you're interested in joining the team, on the slide we have an email there. please email that email address, pbrsenquiries@lenlease.com, and you can get an expression of interest form to tell us that you'd like to work with us during the construction phase of this really exciting project for Birmingham and the West Midlands.
Beautiful. Can you go back to that slide for me, please? The email is there. She said, if you want to be involved, there it is. And look at all of those jobs that are involved. And even in terms of just like the media industry, I've come to learn that there's so many different people involved in the media industry, in front of camera, behind camera. There's just like, it's just a lot of these things are involved, not bomb disposal, that would be awkward, but a lot of these things are involved in the media industry as well. There's people that are catering, human resources, like there's a security, there's a lot of different things that are involved in many different industries, where you might look at construction and think, oh, it's just construction and just the building of the building. But no, there's a lot of different things surrounding a lot of different careers. And it's just like the previous speaker was saying about the digital stuff, that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be into codes and app making and stuff like that. There's many different parts of that, because somebody might not be able to come up with an app in terms of technically executing the app, but they might have the idea. You get what I'm saying? And I come to learn in life that you can actually get paid for your ideas. There's a reason why people have IP, which is called intellectual property. There's a reason why people make scripts and then sell them, and then they turn into Hollywood movies where you never think about who wrote it. You just thought about the fact that Captain America punched Thanos. So anyway, going to the next speaker, we have Felicity Stafford from the Prince's Trust. I believe Felicity is going to join us.
Hi guys.
Hi.
It's always the most nervous bit, waiting for your name to be called. So yeah, I'm from the Prince's Trust. I'm going to keep it very short and sweet, and I'm just going to give you kind of 3 main points of information. So first thing I was going to say was, what I think everyone should do kind of at any point this week or next week is definitely check out our website. Literally just Google Prince's Trust and you'll see all the kind of stuff that we can do to help you guys get employment, to help you grow confidence, or help you with your personal development. It's literally impossible really for me to spend 5 minutes and tell you everything that we do. So I urge you all to check out our website, and that's where you can really see all the different stuff that we do. So the second thing that I'm going to tell you then is just a small bit of what we're kind of currently doing during COVID, and obviously everything that we're kind of providing for you guys online. So we're still supporting people to get jobs. We're still offering kind of one-to-one personal development workshops for you. We're doing job support sessions. We can help people that maybe aren't as ready to get a job. We can help you develop your skills and your confidence, but then we can also help people that are work ready to get a job as well. So we can do that through different online workshops, and also one-to-ones kind of with a Prince's Trust exec, and they can just offer you some informal advice and guidance. So that's, you know, a really good part of what we can offer. We also offer online employability sessions at the moment, so we can help you get your CV up to date, make it really stand out to an employer. We do lots of positivity workshops as well, so how you can get the most out of this lockdown time, stuff that you can do to keep yourself busy. You know, it's been difficult for everyone really, but that's something that we're all trying to kind of tackle together. You can meet people that are in a similar position to yourself as well, and stuff like that. On top of that, we're also offering lots of other PT programs. So we do offer an enterprise program, which is the one I'm currently working on at the minute. So anyone that's got a wicked business idea or a hobby, and they maybe want to explore that as their own business, then you can come to us and we can help you develop that idea too. The last thing then that I'm going to talk to you about is our Get Hired. So we do a big event kind of every few weeks, I think at the moment, and it's again all online, and it's called our Get Hired Live. So Get Hired Live is for people that are a little bit maybe more work ready, more confident and feeling, you know, really good to go into employment. And the purpose of that, it's a 3-day online course where you'll learn all about preparing for an interview. You'll learn all about live employers that you can then interview for later in the week. So it's really good. You spend 3 days preparing, and then you can get a live interview with an employer at the end of the week, and you'll get all the support, all the guidance and everything that you need to be able to do that interview and really ace it. So that's everything from me. Like I said, you can see on the screen we've got loads of information there, but I do urge everyone to check out our website. You can create an inquiry through our CST, and one of the team will kind of ring you and have a conversation with you to see where you're at and what sort of support that you need. Likewise, I'll also kind of put my email address down in the chat box at the end. And if anyone wants to contact me directly, I'm more than happy to give you a call and go into further details of the sort of stuff that we offer. But essentially, we're here to kind of support everybody to get employment and to help you find a job.
Yeah, I'd also like to second that about the Prince's Trust. Definitely check out that website. Being somebody that's worked with the Prince's Trust before, I've been to the awards and I've seen how they really honor young people, and I've seen the heart of the Prince's Trust, which is just regular people like you and me, people that are volunteer and decide that they want to help people. And what I like about the Prince's Trust is that they don't just go to help to get you a job. They help you get a you, like in the sense that they really help you to work on being where you need to be to even go out there and be confident enough to have an interview, have the confidence in yourself to believe that you'll get the job or to even try. And I feel like it's very, very important. And sometimes we don't account for the fact that sometimes a lot of the reasons why young people don't have a job is not because there are not jobs there, but because they lack self-confidence, they lack a surety, speaking skills, how to answer questions in an interview. Like Prince's Trust will really, really help you with all aspects on each part of the journey. So it's something that I definitely recommend, and it's something that we have to start talking about, especially in today's age and all that young people have to deal with. Information travels now faster than it ever has. And so we can't compare the young people of today to the young people of previous years gone by, when you waited on the news or a TV show. You waited on the news or the newspaper to hear the news. Right now, bad news is coming at young people 100 miles per hour every day on their social media, from their friends, from TV, newspapers, everything. And so mentally, it's a lot to deal with. And so there's no wonder that sometimes there's a lack of confidence and stuff like that. So I really do promote and work with Prince's Trust, because I think it's a beautiful thing. And even what we're doing here today to speak to you, to let you know what different career and avenues are available, because I feel like it is important to help young people at every stage. Because I've done school tours in Birmingham, and I did a school tour last year of the 5 academically worst schools in Birmingham. And each of the teachers that we spoke to said the same thing about the students, and it was a lack of ambition. Like they didn't actually see themselves getting any further than a certain area. And that's why I liked how the first speaker spoke about what a career is. A career doesn't just start when you get a job. A career is something that you are molding your entire life, and your actions in and outside of work affect your career, and how you speak to yourself, what confidence you have, how you view the world, all of that affects what is your career. So yeah, I really think that's important. Right, I'll shut up now. Our next speaker.
Wait, Mr. Sideman.
Yes, sir.
I just want to do something random. I'd like to say happy birthday, belated birthday to you. I know yesterday was your birthday, so I was going to get a few of us. Clarice, if you can just unmute a few of the speakers, so we can just have a quick happy birthday to you.
Our internet connection is going to support that, but
yeah, I know. But I'll just say anyway, happy birthday to you, Mr. Sideman. Thank you for everything that you do in our region and putting Birmingham on the map. So everyone in the chats, please just help us just wish Mr. Sideman a big, big happy birthday. Let's go crazy in the chat. Big him up. And I know that you are an Avengers fan, so we've literally gone out and bought your card. So I'd like to read you this card and just wish you a very, very happy birthday. So it says, Dear David, aka SideManallDay, we're wishing you a very happy birthday. Avengers assemble and celebrate. May this year be your best year yet. Best wishes, love from Nathan and Sabrina. Hashtag Team First Class and Team WM Strong. Bless you.
I appreciate that. That was a wet moment. That was a fountain water moment.
Can you blow this cake out, please? Awesome.
Thank you. You guys have made me sweat and reveal my hairline, which I wasn't. But, no, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I'm not really a birthday person for this exact reason. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. It's very appreciated. And I don't like how you've really bought a cake for yourself, but pretending it's for me, because the cake's not here with me, bro. Like
the children are gonna eat it for you.
Yeah, nah. I saw the play there. You bought your kids a birthday cake. One of your kids' birthday is similar to mine, and now you're trying to finesse the thing. It's fine. We don't need to go into it. All right. Our next speaker is from Accelerate People, and it is John Pritchard. John, are you there?
I am, and thanks, Simon. You still got a bit of more of hairline than me, mate. I mean, mine's gone completely, so don't start worrying about that yet. So just to follow on from everybody, the big thing for me, and I'll talk about 3 individuals, but you're in a state now of starting to learn. You were born into IT. We've had to learn it. You are the future. You are actually my pension as we go forward. And you have transferable skills now, let alone before you go and start to learn these new skills in the workplace. And it's those transferable skills that all of the employers are looking for. And Jane talked earlier about aging workforce. I used to employ apprentices to come in to give people a good kick up the backside and bring new ideas into the business and challenge people. And people really want those skills from you to come and do exactly the same. So Jake said it, don't give up. There's plenty that you can offer to these businesses. And these 3 individuals that I'll talk about are real classic examples of people that didn't know whether they wanted to go to university, didn't know if they wanted to work. One of them, his mother told him he had to go and find a job. She wasn't going to pay for his trainers. I think it was more than that. She wanted him out of the house. But he's the first one on this slide. He was 18 years old. He didn't know what to do. He came and worked for me, and he started off in an IT apprenticeship. And I put him on the support desk because he was great at talking with customers, understanding what they want, communicating that back to the team. He's now gone on from there, working with a company that he moved to, doing a level 3 where he's working in the secure operating center. He's gone on to do a level 4 in IT where he was managing the team. He's now doing a degree and apprenticeship and managing that secure operating center. This is a guy that didn't want to go to college. He didn't want to go to university. He didn't know what he was going to do. And yet he's now doing a degree. 8 years on from when he started working for me, talking to customers. And those transferable skills that he's gone through of using that to talk to the people, to communicate with the people he's now line managing, to get the buy-in is just phenomenal. Okay, and that's one example of taking customer service skills and putting it in a digital environment and learning the bit that goes with it. If you look at the second person on the next slide, a completely different scenario in the fact that, you know, my typing is that, and that's the space bar after all these years. You were all born touch typing. You can type and use social media all the time. And this guy was the same. You know, he could do 94 words a minute typing because he was so used to gaming and playing games and social media and communicating. But what he did do was go on to be, as he is now, he's a security analyst. He started again working for me. We put him into a company, setting up all their networks. But because of what he can do with his skills and his typing, he's there preventing people hacking into that company now by going on and monitoring that system, analyzing the system, and blocking people hacking into that actual company. And the company he works for is an app company who is all online business. So he's sat at home now in this COVID climate where more and more of us are buying things online because we can't go out. And he's busier and busier trying to stop those number of hacks that come through on a daily basis. And if I just go to the third person as an example, this is another individual who, when he came to work for me, really, really struggled, didn't know, again, where he was going. And you can see from this the different roles, because the first job he started out with, like most of us, we don't know if that's the right job for us. We don't know where we're going to go. We learn from our mistakes and we change. But he started off on the support desk. He then decided he wanted to be an operator in a secure operating center looking at cyber. That didn't work, so he went back to doing technical sales and development, and decided actually, once he was starting to sell that stuff, he liked coding and testing code. And so he learned and transferred those skills into software development and then software testing. He's taken all of those skills now he's learned over those years, and he's now a senior business analyst for a massive publishing company, and he's bringing in new ideas into that business. He's testing those ideas, and he's challenging the business to move forward in a digital industry and using digital technologies. So I just rewind back to where I started. You are all aware of that technology now. You haven't got to learn it. You use it on a daily basis. I'll go back to the point that was said, you might not where you want to go, but I guarantee if you go to the places that have been offered to you, and again, anyone that's going to help you get in front of an employer, you have to be positive when you get in there and believe in yourself, because you have those skills that all of us in business want. And I want to be able to retire knowing my future is being looked after by individuals like you. And I'll stop there, SideMan.
I think that's absolutely beautiful, and it's very, very true. I came to learn this over the years, that there are a lot of people right now that work in places where people call them up because they don't know what to do with their computer or how to work their iPad. And the people that are helping them know a lot less than we do about technology. And that's what they trained to do. A lot of what IT courses teach you and things like that, you would have already known. It would come naturally to you. And while there's this changing of the guard, in essence, of the fact that these people that they need younger people in these roles because of the technological intellectual gap that's happening, this is the perfect time for you to put yourself in a space like that. And you will be ahead of the curve because of skills that you have naturally developed, skills that you already have, insight that you already have. But sometimes we take this insight to social media comments and not realize the importance of our opinion. So let's say we see Instagram do something with the app that we don't like, and we'll be in the comment section of our favorite gossip page, like, why don't they do this? Or why haven't they done that? Not realizing that we're sitting on a gold mine of an idea, and our understanding of this technology is actually a benefit to us. In that we are becoming so literate with this technology so quickly just by our natural use of it, but we can apply that knowledge not just to laughing at memes, but also to having a career. So thank you so much, John. All right, now our next speaker is from Sandwell Connections, and it is Shirley Wright. That's Shirley Wright from Sandwell Connections. Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay, then, so yeah, I'm from Sandwell Connections, and Sandwell Connections is in Sandwell. And we work with young people between the ages of 13 and 19. And we provide careers advice and guidance to those young people. We also provide help and support to young people who are 25, up to 25, if they've got learning difficulty or disability. So what we're very, very strong about is trying to help young people raise their confidence and their self-esteem, because that's what drives young people forward. If they're not confident, if they don't feel that they've got ambition or they've got no aspirations, it's very difficult for them to progress in their life. So we try to sit down with them and work out where they want to go. And we do that by several different ways. We sort of use different tools to help them understand what they want to do with their lives and what they're good at, and we sort of work with them to see those things. The careers advice is about focusing on grades. Now, there's been a lot of talk about A-levels and GCSEs this week, haven't there? And about lots and lots of young people challenging this and challenging that about their grades. But there's a lot of young people that we work with that don't have those grades. And we've heard a lot of talk today about young people who can go into lots and lots of different careers. And a lot of young people we work with don't have that. They don't come from homes or backgrounds where they've been inspired to do things. Their parents haven't been there, and they don't have the skill set and the wherewithal to go out and develop themselves. So when they come to Connections, we sit down with them and we help them plan their future. And we don't care what background that young person's come from. We don't care whether they come from gangs, where they come from, whether they've had offending behaviour, whether their parents are rich, poor. We don't care. We'll sit down with that young person and try to help them to get where they need to go. Because I think that's what's missing a lot in society. There's no one sitting down with kids and saying, you can actually be what you want to be. And we work with young people who come in from different parts of the world, who come here with no qualifications, and help them achieve what they want to achieve. We've got kids who come here, kids who are born here with nothing, and we've got them to university and got them where they want to go, got them into jobs, got them doing things that they want to do, and help them to believe in themselves. So this is what Connections is about. It's about helping transform that young person who some people have a lot and some young people who have nothing. And that's my passion. My passion is working with young people who have nothing and trying to help raise them up and get them to where they want to go. So we also look at lots of different things, like their education plans, their pathways, looking at the options that they can go into, and some of the speakers have explained some of those before, like apprenticeships and university, training providers and college, but there's not a one-size-fits-all. So we look at that young person, it's a one-to-one thing, and find out where they want to go. Also looking at the jobs market, looking at, we've heard about some of the jobs of the future, the digital aspects of work and how that's changing the landscape. So we're looking at jobs that, that kids might want to consider, but they won't be around in 10 years. So we're looking at young people understanding that. What are the jobs of the future? What are the jobs of the past? And sort of getting them to focus in on that. And also looking at, like I mentioned before, if they've got issues in their family, if they've got issues themselves, if they need support in terms of counselling, or they need mentoring, we will sit down with that young person and put things in place for them to move forward. So this is what the Connection Service is about. It's about building the young person up from the bottom going forward, because not all young people have the same tools, abilities, parents, money, inspiration. They don't all have it. So we are there to put that in for them.
Very, very true. Very, very true. And you know what I would say also, just speaking on even just the word connections, because I know a lot of young people, right? What we do is we look online for jobs, we apply online for jobs, and then if we don't get it, then we say that's it. But in terms of all these people that are here that we are speaking to right now, what I've come to learn in this game is that a big part of it is who you know, and who you know knows. Okay, so these people here have been doing this for a long time, right? And they have connections with people. They can get you speaking to the direct person you need to speak to, put you in the direct place that you need to be, right? So that you can circumvent a lot of the process, right? And I feel like we miss that trick sometimes. And it's something that I've come to learn, even in terms of me doing this media business that I do, I've come to learn a lot of things. Because if I was thinking, okay, I've done adverts with Lucozade, I've done adverts with hotels.com, Extra Chewing Gum, lots of big companies, but never did I directly deal with the company. But when I was coming up in my mind, that's what I would do. Oh, I want to advertise for Lucozade, so let me speak to Lucozade. But no, they go through an ad agency. Now, when I did my deal with Lucozade and I did it through that ad agency, I became known to that ad agency. So then I'm now on their list, and now they book me for other jobs that they get with other big companies. I didn't know that before. And sometimes we underestimate the power of the middleman in enabling us to get to where we are trying to go. And that's why I don't want the words of our speakers today to go missed, or for us to not to hear them and then not jot down the numbers that we've seen come up or the emails, because these people are able to get us to those places. Even when I was listening to John and how he was able to push those young men and even past where he had them originally, so that they could go on and do their own thing. And even with connections, that's what they are there for. So I don't think that we should ignore these opportunities or ignore these avenues that are being presented to us in a medium and a platform that we're used to, which is, you know, online in this Zoom, or whether you're listening on Facebook Live, however you're digesting this information at the moment. I think that you should take it on board. Now, I believe that Nathan,
yes, sir,
head of first class, along with his wife, although she's not here with us right now, would like to do something. So
yeah. So we've got a Savannah Smith. Savannah, are you there? Savannah Smith.
I'm here.
How you doing? So we're going to do a quick Q&A with you, and then the final thing will just be a quick chat with SideMan, and then we're finished. We want to thank everyone for being with us. Just to say a big apologies. We've got official information from Zoom that Zoom globally is actually down at the moment. So we've been trying to live stream this, and it's just been error report. But we will download this, edit it up, and put it back out there. So when you're watching this, please share, use the hashtag WMStrong, and also hashtag Summer Careers Festival. Well, Savannah, can you just quickly tell us, who are you and how did you find your purpose?
Okay, so my name's Savannah Smith. As mentioned, I'm 21, currently 22 in a couple of days. I graduated from university in January. I graduated late because I decided that I was going to go to my cousin's wedding in Canada last year. Graduated from geography, went to King's College University in London. To be honest, going through that whole process and going to uni, it was almost an accident. So I never actually seen myself getting kind of like a degree and then going straight into an office job. That's not something that I considered. But I got higher grades than I expected at sixth form, and I thought it was an opportunity to pursue modelling, which is what I was just kind of dabbling into at the time. So I did that, went off to London, and it was probably to date one of the best decisions that I've made for myself and in terms of finding my purpose. So as I mentioned yesterday on the live, if you was in the live, I don't think I've fully found my purpose yet, but I am definitely in the right field. I know more about myself now, and I've come to the understanding that I am such a creative person that it would be a waste to do anything else. So upon finishing university, I refused to go into a job that I hate. Instead, what I did was I started up a little side business, customizing trainers, bags, shoes, clothing. And that kind of helped me get by for a little bit while I was still modeling, but trying to kind of bridge the difference now from living in London to being in Birmingham, but still trying to have those jobs there. So that was going really well. And I still have that on the side, but because it's so time consuming, I'm trying to focus my attention in other areas. I don't put as much energy into it, but because I've kind of done the groundwork and it's something that it's a product that's kind of in demand, I don't have to push it as much. I still kind of get those customers and things coming. So I've got that. One of the things that I also was kind of interested in, as I said, I don't think I've fully found my purpose, but what I am doing is trying to get as much experience as I can so I can narrow it down and say, this is exactly it. So I'm kind of dabbling into branding and marketing. So currently I'm pretty much an apprentice at my cousin's estate agent, which completely happened by accident. I say accident, but one thing I would like to mention is that you have to seek out your opportunities. So I say accident, but really I was eyeing it up for a while. So before I finished uni, I kept saying, yeah, I want to come do shadow days. So I'd do that when he had a business partner. I'd go and follow him and his business partner around, just see how they're working, see what kind of things they do to get new business. And it came to a point where I realised that they wasn't paying much attention to their social media. So I just swooped in there and said, let me help you. And then that kind of grew. So now I work here part-time, 2 days a week, focusing on branding and marketing, but also learning other areas of the business, while also doing modelling, but that's quite quiet at the minute because of the whole coronavirus thing. So then that forced me to go down not forced me, but kind of directed me to realise that I need to kind of expand I can't just be sitting around waiting for COVID to fix up. Basically, I need to own it. So I then started going into social content a little bit more, and it kind of went hand in hand with modeling, because the same clients that I was working with or planning shoots with over the COVID period still came to me and wanted to work with me through the social content side of things and use my creativity in that way.
Wow. Wow. Can we just
That's
do
where I'm
clapping
at right
hands?
now.
If everyone knows to do, does everyone know to do the reaction buttons? Let's give some clapping hands. Let's celebrate. I'm going to celebrate you with the clapping hands. Wow. Fantastic. How do people stay in connection with you? I know your Instagram. Can you just shout out your Instagram name so that for those who want to connect with you, I want to say thank you for being a part of this and just sharing a bit of your story and your journey. How can people stay connected to you?
So you can stay connected through Instagram, which is Sav Danielle, SavDanyell. Got an email if you want to email me about anything. It's info@savannahsmith.co.uk. Website is savannahsmith.co.uk. So you can get
Awesome.
through any of those channels.
Just before you go, have you got any more of the oxtail left from yesterday that you talked about?
I have, and I'm waiting until I get home to eat it.
Yeah, just put some in a foil and just send it in an Uber Eats to me, please. That would be fantastic.
When you send that birthday cake, I'll exchange it with the oxtail.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Bargains are happening over my cake.
Sharon's caring, share the same birthday month.
Awesome, excellent. Thank you, Savannah. We're gonna hopefully try and engage with you throughout the week as well. So yeah, thank you. Nice and short and sweet. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Back over to you, Sideman. We're gonna wrap up now. But before we do, just wanted to let people know about how they can find the content. So if you literally use the hashtag Summer Careers Festival or hashtag WM Strong, all the content will be pushed all throughout this week for the next 4 days. We're working in partnership with the West Midlands Combined Authority. I'm going to get as much stuff to you throughout this week. Sideman, as we're closing and wrapping up for today's session, day one, I just want to remind people that we're back here, same place, the same Zoom link. Please share this Zoom link to everybody you know that is relevant in the age group of 16 to 25. Please help us. Teamwork truly will make the dream work. And this will be available on our social media very soon after we finish this. But Simon, quick question to you. What would be we know we're going to have you back on Thursday, but what is the kind of like final Jerry Springer moment thought that you'd like to give to us as we prepare to end this afternoon?
Wow, a Jerry Springer thought. As we begin to end, just, you know, one of my main things is to just not let things fall on deaf ears, and to not let, you know, information change my life. I never realized the value of information until I got information and applied it and watched my life change. I can think of 2 main points in which my life changed due to information. I was very set on just I had a Birmingham mentality. I stayed in Birmingham. I was doing my career in Birmingham, but I hit a ceiling. And there was this guy that said to me, his name's Vaughan. I don't even know him like that, but he was saying, you gotta expand. You gotta be able to go anywhere, do anything, wherever the opportunity is, you go and find it. And immediately I started working with London creatives. And now I have the career that I do, where I'm able to live in Birmingham right now, because I went to London and lived for a bit, but I've built up such a network and a connection in London right now, and even just understanding how to traverse the city. So it's not like I'm just wide-eyed in this big place, that I can live in Birmingham now and still have those networks and connections. But it's not even just about I'm not trying to give you the information of broadening your mind. I'm trying to give you the information of taking information, because he said that to me in a casual conversation. He was just like, bro, like, if you think about a lot of the people that are the biggest that you know in Birmingham right now, they've left and went to other places and then come back. Whether you think about people, artists like Lady Leisha, you think about people like Mist, you think about even going back to Lenny Henry, right? A lot of people did that, and I took that information on board. And secondly, I remember, was it last year? No, the year before last year, somebody come up to me from the BBC and was like, you know what? Yeah, you talk a lot about different things in videos. You review stuff. You should review Love Island. Casual conversation. They just said, you should do reviews of Love Island like it's this big... I didn't even know what Love Island was. I had never heard of Love Island prior to this. I started doing Love Island reviews on my socials, and it literally changed my life. Raised my tax bracket maybe 4 or 5 times, literally, just from doing Love Island reviews. And then that's when I got contacted by Lucasade. And as I said, the same agency that I did with Lucasade, we ended up doing hotels.com, direct line insurance. Like, I could list the amount of brands I've worked with since then, because I heard information and took it on board. And that's why my encouragement would be that the information that you're hearing today, don't just let it fall on deaf ears. Don't just hear it and then go away and then do nothing about it. Apply it. All these people have left links on the slides, whether it's the email, whether it's their phone numbers. Be the person that makes the call. Be the person that sends the email. That's all I'd say.
Wow, thank you so much, Sideman. Really appreciate you. For those who need to know, Sideman will be back with us on Thursday. Tomorrow we have Shatanya Beckford and Cordow Jeffers joining us. It's going to be a fantastic day. We're going to be looking at further education. For any young person that's on here, if you leave your details and say, I'm in the chat, our admin will log your name and you'll be entered into a prize draw for £50, 2 £50 vouchers we've got to give out to young people who come to all 4 sessions. So if you log your name and you're saying you're in and you're interested, or if you don't get a chance to do it through the chat, email us at info@fclegacy.co.uk. So info@fclegacy.co.uk, and we will send you and put your name into the draw hat. So on Thursday, we're going to be literally announcing 2 winners of £50 vouchers. Listen, I could do a lot of things with £50, and you know, if you want, we can actually make them for Nando's, JD, or we can do it all in one, so you can use it at different places. But everyone that is here this afternoon, thank you so much. When you see this video posted, really encouraging everybody to really share. Go on, check out all the social pages for West Midlands Combined Authority. On their landing page, there's lots of information. I believe, if James, you're still here, please put in the chat the landing page link. But yeah, thank you everybody, and a very good afternoon to all. Bye-bye.